thank you so much for hanging out. As always, if you have any questions or comments you would like to leave, please do so, and I will do my best to get back to them later. I am Jenny with Roots and Wings Furniture, and I am so excited that you are hanging out with me today. I wanted to do a quick video tour around my kitchen and do a cabinet update. So it has been 8 months since I painted our kitchen cabinets, and I don't know about you, but whenever I see a cool blog project online or something that I want to try, I always think in the back of my mind, that's really cute, but how does it hold up over time? Especially if you're like me, you've got some small kids, you may have some pets, and our kitchen and our life is very active. We use this kitchen all the time, like 3 meals a day, all the time. So this is a very well-used, hard-loved kitchen. And so that's what I am curious about, like how did that actually hold up and stand up? So I wanted to be sure to circle back around and give you a true update. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna show you like the scratches on my cabinets. I'm gonna show you how to clean them, and I'm gonna remind you what exactly I used. Whenever people ask about painted cabinets, I do remind them it is a ton of work. It makes a huge difference in your house, but to paint your cabinets just honestly is a really big project. So know that ahead of time if you're thinking about it. If you have started it or if you've done it before, then you know painting your kitchen cabinets is a lot of work, but well worth it, right? So this is the kitchen that we did. I did this last October, and what I chose to use on this kitchen was a little bit different than I had used before. Let me show you, just as a reminder, there is a full blog post with pictures and tutorial, the whole bit on my blog, and I will be sure to drop a link to that post in the comments here later. But just as a quick reminder, let me show you what we did to this kitchen to turn it from oak, honey oak cabinets, like the good old builder grade oak cabinets, to pure white. This is what we did. I used 2 coats of primer. Now, this is going to show up backwards here until I flip the camera, but hang tight. We use Ben primer. This is a shellac-based primer. It stinks, but it works really good. I used 2 coats of this primer on my cabinets first. That was after a quick cleaning with Cred Cutter and a little bit of scrubbing just to get off any grease, any dirt, dust, things like that. We did 2 coats of this shellac primer. This is available at the hardware store. It is not expensive. It is really smelly, so you need to have good ventilation. It dries really fast though, so by the time you get kind of around the kitchen with 1 coat, you can start right in with the 2nd coat. So 2 coats is what really seals in any of the stains, the old wood, the tendency for the wood to bleed through. This is what will seal it in and make sure that that does not happen. So let me tell you a mistake that I made. I use this in my spray gun, and I have it is a HomeRite Finish Max sprayer, which totally worth it if you're spraying a kitchen. If you only do 1 kitchen, it's worth it. They're about 50 to 60 bucks. They give you a really professional finish, but the mistake I made was to use the primer in my sprayer, and it basically ruined my sprayer. So don't do that. Don't be like me. I learned for you. Don't mess up your spray gun. Okay, so 2 coats of primer. On the bases, we used a brush, just a chip brush. The doors all went outside and they got sprayed. This was step 1. Step 2, and the actual color, even though it's white, is this stuff. This is, I use Behr Alkyd. I don't know if that's how you say it, ALKYD, semi-gloss enamel. It is not oil-based, it's water-based, so it cleans up. The nice thing about this, it dries quick, it dries hard, unlike latex paint. Latex, sometimes when you paint with latex, you know how it has that like sticky finish for a while until it really cures? Not the case with this. It takes just a little bit to set up, it kind of self-levels, and then once it's dry, it's a nice hard finish, which I think makes all the difference in the durability of your cabinets. My sprayer was out of the picture, so I used good old Purdy brush to brush all of my doors, all of the bases. Took a little bit of time, but this stuff made a really, really nice finish. So that was what I chose to use on this kitchen. I'm super happy with the choice. I wouldn't go back. It's held up great so far. So, do you want a little tour? And then we'll show you how to clean them. Now, here is the cabinet. And you can see in the light here that there is still a little bit of grain showing through the paint. So this is not the kind of paint finish that will completely take out the look of the grain. It's still there. This does not bother me at all. I actually kind of like the look of that. It looks to me like a really nice finish. There are not brush strokes though. The paint level's really nice. I don't know if you can kind of see there. We did change out all of our hardware. Again, that makes a huge difference. We got all new pulls, and we also did new hinges that match. My favorite hardware source is dlawlesshardware.com. It's inexpensive. They've got a ton of selection, and they will ship it right to you. So check that out if you need hardware. So let's see what we've got. So here's the kitchen. Those cabinets look really good. All of the uppers, I feel like they have held up really nice. A little dusty, but no big deal. Over on the pantry doors, we did the pantry doors the exact same way. There are a couple of little nicks in the cracks, and I almost wonder if this was from the paint not being 100% dry. That's not right. Before we closed these up the first time. So there's a few little nicks on our pantry, but not too bad. See, it's right in the crack. Otherwise, not too bad. Let me show you the lowers. The lowers obviously get a lot more wear and tear. Still look great. They are just, this is where I feel like a little cleaning would be really super useful. Here's a few little scratches here. Again, this is just, you can totally tell where we use the cabinets we use every day. So this is where we keep our pots and our pans, and right in there, that little scratch there. This door, something funny happened here, which I can't really tell. There's two little marks you can see there. They look like drips. It's almost like the cabinets were not cleaned super well, maybe this one cabinet. And this is what will happen if you've got something sticky or something left on your cabinets that you don't clean off really well. If you paint right over it, what happens is later on, you know, that little, I don't even know what it is. The gunk will come off your cabinet and you can see right through the paint. So there's two little spots there. I've noticed we've had those almost since we put them in. And then we did replace the appliances in here. So there's a scratch or two up here by the dishwasher, and that's from reinstalling the dishwasher. So, but otherwise I have not done any touch up to these cabinets since I finished painting them. These drawers also get really hard use. This is our silverware drawer. And you can see up here on the top, a few little nicks and scratches. This is, you know, from people putting away silverware. Nothing terrible, but it's there. And then lastly, this is what we did over here. This is our trash cabinet that we installed. So this was the very last thing to be painted. There are no nicks or anything like that over in that area, but it could use a little spray down. So let me show you what I use to clean the cabinets, because that's another question that we often get asked anytime someone wants to do white cabinets. How do you clean them? How often do you clean them? Is it a pain? And the answer is really no. So do you want to see me clean my kitchen cabinets? I use this stuff. This is what is in our kitchen all the time, Mrs. Meyer's Clean Day. I use it because it stinking smells good. I like the lavender, but they've got a ton of scents, so we use this all the time. And guys, this is great even in the summer. Give your kids the chore of cleaning the cabinets. They can just spray away. It's safe. It's not anything unsafe. And then you just take paper towel, wipe them down. I spot clean the cabinets as needed. Again, this is our trash cabinet, so this one needs cleaning a little more often than the rest. But I have not yet gone over the entire kitchen since we painted them and scrubbed the cabinets. I just don't feel like they really get as dirty as you think they would. But that's a common question. You paint your cabinets white, do you have to clean them all the time? And not really. Yeah, so 8 months ago is when we painted these cabinets. I said at the beginning, we use this kitchen multiple times a day. We are in here all the time. I cook probably 5 times a week at least, so the kitchen gets used all the time. So 8 months later, it's held up really nice. That's why I really like the products I used. There is a blog post that has every supply that I used with pictures, steps, everything like that. I will link to that post for you here as soon as I hop off. I just wanted to do an update to show you how well it's holding up later on. What questions do you guys have? Any other questions? Let's see, what else was I gonna do? All I would do to touch up, I would go through and clean really good with the cleaner first, just all over the cabinets that I was gonna touch up. And then simple, 5-second little touch up. Again, get yourself the same brush you use to paint the cabinets originally. These are my Purdy brushes that I love. Just dip a little tiny bit of into the paint, which is the alkyd. We're not doing primer again. Primer is all done. Dip it into the paint, go over any little scratch marks, let it dry before you push everything in or close your doors. And that's all you need to do for touch up. So probably touch up like once a year and cleaning as needed, or you could go around and do a cleaning or have your kids do it whenever you feel like it's needed. So I don't feel like white kitchens get that dirty, and the paint has held up really good. I just wanted to show you around really quick, let you know it gets a thumbs up for me on painting the kitchen cabinets. This is the method I would use again. There's tons of paint out there. Just do a little research, give it a try, and see what you get. So thank you guys. Hope you have an awesome rest of your Wednesday. Have a good afternoon.